If you're over 50 and want to build stronger shoulders without causing or worsening pain, then this video is for you. Most people think you have to choose between getting stronger and staying safe. But I'll show you how you can have both with just 3 dumbbell exercises that you can do at home. Your shoulders are complex joints, and in order to build balanced shoulders, you need to work the front, outside, and back part of your deltoid. But your deltoid isn't the shoulder by itself. You also have to work some of the smaller but important stabilizers, such as the rotator cuff, the trapezius, and the serratus anterior. And with the technique tips that I give you, you'll be able to work all of those with just the 3 exercises. So the first exercise is going to be an overhead dumbbell press. Many people over 50 are told that they shouldn't lift overhead because they'll cause shoulder injuries. But we all have to be able to lift things overhead from time to time in real life. So I think overhead lifting is one of the most important shoulder exercises for people over 50 or of people of any age. And to do that, we'll use dumbbells for the shoulder press. Now, it does help to have an adjustable pair of dumbbells because we'll start with the heaviest exercise for this one and get progressively lighter as we go along. To do this, you bring the dumbbells up to shoulder level, and then for a shoulder-focused program, we want to sit down with back support. So that can either be on a bench with back support or a chair with back support. For functional overhead lifting, it is okay to do standing shoulder presses, but if you're specifically working on your shoulders, you're going to be able to activate your shoulders to a greater extent if you don't have to worry about stabilizing your spine at the same time. So next you want to bring the dumbbells up to shoulder level, push your elbows out front. That helps to tip your shoulder blades backwards, which puts the scapula or shoulder blade in a little better position. It also externally rotates your arms to help prevent you from pinching your rotator cuff. Then you're going to drive your elbows up towards the ceiling. So don't think about lifting the weights, think about driving the elbows upwards, press up overhead, and then you don't want to clink the weights together at the top. That'll take the tension off your shoulders. So try to keep the weights right over top of your shoulders as best as possible without touching them together at the top, and then slowly lower back down, keeping the elbows driven slightly in front of the dumbbells. That'll help to maintain the shoulder external rotation. Now you don't want to come all the way down every time. You'll actually get a little better activation if you just go to about ear level and press back up, and then lower down to about ear level again. If you start getting lower than this, it brings the upper fibers of the chest in, but if you want to isolate the deltoids to a little greater extent, just go down to about ear level and then come back up. Go down to ear level, come back up, and choose a weight where you can do 8 to 10 repetitions. It should be a little bit difficult as you start getting towards the last few repetitions. And when you feel like you can't do another one safely with proper technique, then lower the dumbbells back down, set them on your lap, and then you'll repeat that for 3 sets before going to the next exercise. But for brevity, I'll only show 1 set with each exercise. So for the next exercise, we're going to work on the outer part of the deltoid, or the lateral deltoid. That's the muscle out there, and its function is to do abduction, or raising your arm out to the side like this. Now this is where the adjustable dumbbells come in, because we're going to use approximately half the weight that you used for the prior exercise. So I used 52.5 for that one. I'm going to drop it down to 25 pounds. And these are fire-done dumbbells. They adjust rather quickly. They have 2.5 pound increments up to 25 pounds, and then 5 pound increments above 25 pounds. So now we'll have a lighter weight here. For lateral raises, you want to start out by getting in a good spinal posture. So lift your chest up. That creates extension through your upper back or thoracic spine. Tilt the shoulder blades back. That again puts your shoulders in a position where you're less likely to pinch the rotator cuff. And then you're going to raise your arms out to the side like that. Just go up to about shoulder level or slightly below. As you start getting up higher, you're more likely to pinch your rotator cuff muscles. So if you're having pain, it's okay to go just to 70 degrees or so. To activate your lateral deltoids to a little greater extent, you can twist your elbows outwards or thumbs inwards, that shoulder internal rotation, and that will activate your lateral deltoids to a little greater extent. Now, if it feels like you're causing pain by doing that, it's okay. Just go back to the straight ahead, but you will get a little greater activation if you twist the elbows out just a little bit. You're also driving your shoulder blades out to the side as you're raising. So driving out like that, using your shoulder blades or scapula, that activates your serratus anterior, a muscle around your rib cage, which moves the shoulder blades. So you're bringing the shoulder blades away from your side, and then arms up following, and then slow controlled reverse like that. And the shoulder blades should move out and upwards away from the spine. So that's the second exercise, the lateral raise. For the third exercise, we'll cut the weight in half again, and this will work on the posterior deltoid, which tends to be the weakest of all the three heads of the deltoid. This next one will also work on the muscles in your upper back, particularly the middle and lower parts of the trapezius, so the muscles between the shoulder blades. So now we'll take it from 25 pounds down to 12.5 pounds. And I'll show you this from the rear first so you can see the muscles in the upper back, and then I'll show you what it looks like from the front side. So we'll take the dumbbells here, lie on an incline bench, incline about 30 degrees or so, enough that the dumbbells aren't going to hit the bench or the ground when you're in the down position. Then you're going to raise your arms out to the side, much like before, but since you're inclined, that will activate the posterior head of the deltoid, or the back head of the deltoid, rather than the lateral. It'll also work on the muscles between the shoulder blades, the middle trapezius, and lower trapezius. If you bring the dumbbells slightly more out in front of you, that will put a greater bias on the lower trapezius. If you bring them straight out to the sides, then that will bias the middle trapezius to a greater extent. So I'll turn the bench around for you a little bit and show you from the other direction. So now, if you come straight out to the sides like this works on the back part of the deltoid or posterior deltoid, as well as the middle trapezius. If we come a little bit more forwards and up, it's a little harder to do, but it'll activate the lower trapezius, which is one of the weakest muscles in just about everyone that I've ever met. So this will require very little weight to do this exercise. So again, to review, the three exercises were the overhead shoulder press, going up above your head like that from a seated position, going out to the side to work the lateral deltoid or the middle head, and then the lean forward on an incline raise to work on the posterior deltoid, as well as the middle trapezius and lower trapezius. If you did find this helpful, make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel so you get notified of my future tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.